Christmas is round the corner and our friends at Manscaped are here to make sure you don't put a dent in your jingle bells when you're grooming. Make sure you're keeping things fresh this Christmas with the leaders in male grooming and their brand new 4th generation performance package. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you click the link in the description. So what's so great about the Lawnmower 4.0? Well, a new multifunction on-off switch plus travel lock created for people who like to travel. The ability to turn the LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer allows you to customize your trim all over through additional guard lengths. It's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even featuring a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. Very fancy. And of course its wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction which can help battery length last longer. Very, very fancy. Alongside the new Lawnmower 4.0, Manscaped have also launched their brand new performance package. Inside this you will find the new Lawnmower 4.0, obviously, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver, very comfy boxer shorts, and a travel bag. Because Manscaped care about everyone who watches West Ham Fan TV, they're giving a huge 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code WFTV at checkout. So what are you waiting for? Head over to manscaped.com to get your Manscaped razor today.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was. Hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's got a little.
That was good, man.
Dan's got his little weed whacker out. Oh, fucking hell. That makes me laugh. He spent so long on that advert. I'm so sorry. We are sponsored by the guys at Manscaped for a little while. So, yeah, thank you so much to them. But that was brilliant, wasn't it?
That was good.
That was great. That was great.
We'll move you over there, Ryan, because Graham's a little bit less in the thing. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. It's that time of the week again. We're long week, and yeah, we're here having a drink and a chat and talking all things West Ham. I hope everyone in the chat's well. How are you boys this week?
I'm good,
Yeah,
mate.
I'm all right, mate. Do we have to have that Manscaped thing on all show?
Yes, mate. Yeah, we have got to have it on all show.
Oh, you can't leave the boys like that. It looks silly.
Well, what am I going to do?
We need to shrink it down. Take it off. Can't do it now.
No, we'll shrink it down next time. But yeah, we went out last night, so I'm pretty tired now. Anyone tired?
I'm always tired.
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. It was good though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all right. We went to see the new Ghostbusters film as a foursome. Weird story.
West Ham Fan TV date night.
It was a West Ham Fan TV date night. It's funny. We all met up. I took my son, and there was a bit of a strange interaction we had before we went into the cinemas. And a lady saw us all together, and she just come up to us and you know, like when you go to like when you want a photo done, she was with a big group of ladies, and she brought over the camera, and she pointed the camera towards us, and the first thing we thought is that she wanted us to take a photo of a group, and she came over and said, "Oh, can I take a photo of you?" I was like, "Take a photo of us? Why?" And she went, "Use a West Ham Fan TV." But the weird thing is, she never even got in the photo. She just took a photo of us, and I said to the boys when we was inside, I said, she just could have took a screenshot of YouTube.
Yeah, it was a mad thing. Nick, you're going to have to take that Manscaped. They're going to get neck ache.
I'm all right. I've moved it now.
I'll just move.
I can't move that way because I'm sitting next to the wall.
So with me, it looks like something dodgy's being censored next to me, doesn't it? Like there.
Yeah. I'll see if we can shrink it down a little bit and put another one up in a second. But yeah, so yeah, it was a weird interaction, but it was good. It was decent. The new
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
it was a good film. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for people that obviously ain't seen it yet. But I enjoyed it. I'm a massive Ghostbusters fan. I'm an 80s child. So what else is there not to love? Come on, you Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Come
I love it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good film.
Yeah, it was definitely good. Yeah, it was really good film. I'd watch it again.
Oh yeah.
I hope everyone's had a good week in the chat. Let's get straight at why I'm going to let you start while I try and shrink that down a little bit. But let's get straight into the first subject. There's a lot of speculation today that Jesse Lingard may be on his way back. He's making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Listen, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It's the perfect move all round, I think. And I see some people on Twitter saying that he's going to disrupt the dressing room. I thought there's no one. He would never come in and disrupt that dressing room. The players are going to look forward to having him back. The manager's going to look forward to having him back. Jesse Lingard looks like he can't wait to get back. It's a perfect match, you know. And he would add so much quality to the quality of squad that we've already got. So why wouldn't you want a player like Jesse Lingard in our squad? It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, his brother's been, you know, sort of putting a lot of stuff out as well, isn't he? You know, saying he wants to come back and that. So, you know, for 10 mil, we would be absolutely.
There was a little rumor earlier on in the week that he may have been put off of a ban. He may have been put off of a move because there was quite a few people on his Instagram saying they don't want him back, which I think is fucking mental, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's.
I personally, I don't understand that. At the end of the day, you know, he come in, he was a breath of fresh air. He scored important goals for us. He was a key part of where we ended up finishing. All right, he died down a little towards the end of the season, but he was complete. Everything about him coming into the side was positive.
He didn't disrupt the dressing room last year, did he? You know,
this is it. If anything, he sort of helped galvanise it, and even amidst it himself, that coming into there sort of changed his attitude towards, you know, the way he was in the build up of the games and stuff like that. Like he said with the interview, where he's in the car with Noble, and Noble's like, "Well, no, we don't know. You don't have your music on. You don't have your headphones on. We talk." You know, how is if he didn't buy into that type of dressing room, then there's no way he'd be interested in coming back. So
the thing is,
he's not going to upset dressing room.
There's not going to be one player in that dressing room, even players that know that their positions might be at threat with him coming in, that won't want Jesse Lingard back at the club. And David Moyes,
it's only going to benefit us, and it's going
to benefit Jesse Lingard as well. What he done for us last year was amazing. It's better than what any of us could imagine. So to add him to what I said, the quality we've got already, it gives us that extra boost going into the second half of the season with having a player like that.
100%, mate. 100%. And the thing is that also, if we then go and get another striker as well, you know, you're adding two more attacking players. I know we sort of need another centre half now as well. But at the end of the day, having someone like Lingard in and then bringing another striker in, you know, we're pretty decent going forward at the moment with the attacking players we've got. We're adding a recognised England international and hopefully another striker. So it's only going to benefit. I'll tell
you what, though, when he comes in, if he does come in, which is likely to happen, he's definitely got to do a forfeit for scoring the winner against us at the London Stadium.
100%.
He's got to do a forfeit.
If he scored the winner at Old Trafford, I think he'd make up for it.
Noble and Rice need to be working that out now. What's going to happen? They've got to egg him, flour him, whatever. Now, look, as you said, we played Man United at the end of January, so what a return that would be for him, going back to Old Trafford and scoring the winner for us up there.
It's just not worked out for him up there. Which is...
I understand, Nick. I do understand why he give United a second chance, because if Solskjaer said, look, because as we know, he's a United fan, he's a United boy, he loves the club, he's been there a long time. If there was any little chance that he knew that he could play week in, week out for United, or even be more involved in first team football, he's gonna have that opportunity. He's gonna want to do it. So I don't blame him for going back. And the thing is, we've left it 6 months and we've saved ourselves 10 million, because it would have been 20 million in the summer.
Yeah,
I mean, I think obviously it's a lot more attractive as well, because there's going to be a lot of people after Jesse Lingard, and I was a bit worried about, sort of Newcastle getting their money, and Everton was, I think, are sniffing around him. I think even Tottenham are giving him a look, or have been giving him a look anyway. But I think it's even doubled. He's doubled his interest, just the position we're in, because he'll be looking into that and thinking, oh, they've got a good team, like there's something going on at West Ham. And to be honest with you, like, when you look at what's going on here, it feels like something special's going on. It feels like something, something feels different about the way we play. It's not luck, the run of results we're having. They're well-earned, well-deserved results. We've turned into a very galvanised, hard team to beat that have got, talented players going forward and that. And there's going to be players out there now, and this is always what I've said about attracting players. There's going to be players out there now, not the likes of Haller and Anderson that you're going to have to pay fortunes to try and get him here. Like, like Anderson and Haller, they didn't want to give back to the team. They didn't want to put the effort in to make it work for them. They was, I think Dom puts it well. They call them mercenaries. They come for the money, and that's with a club like West Ham and the positions we've been in. To attract good players like that, you have to give them money, which takes something away from their desire. There's going to be a desire to join this squad at the minute. There's going to be a big desire to join this squad because we are doing well, and it's all on merit. It's all on merit. There's no, you're not going to get a player and think, oh, well, actually, they're 15. What chances they've got of doing this, or what chances they've got of doing that? There's going to be players and thinking, you know what, I fancy getting involved with what's going on now.
As I said on last week's show, mate, if there was a player that had the choice at the moment, footballing wise, to go to Manchester United or go to West Ham, they'd probably choose West Ham at the moment, because the way we're playing, we're playing attractive football, that we're exciting to watch. We dig in deep, we grind out results, we don't give up. We've got a good manager, we've got a good squad, good backroom staff. The fans, I don't have to talk about the fans. We're unbelievable.
The thing is as well, right? As we said, if we can get regular European football, that's going to be a big draw as well. We don't want this to be like a flash in the pan, and at the moment it doesn't look like it's going to be.
As I tweeted out earlier, we need to get the band back together. And Lingard, what was he? The flute? What was he? Was he the flute? No, he wasn't the flute player. I can't remember what he done now, but he was.
He was the flute.
He was the flute player, and he's a major part of that band, and we need that band back together. They're going on tour next year.
Exactly. And let's feel like, before we go any further, Jamie's donated £5. Thanks, Jamie. Even though it's buzzing to see someone who created a lot and drove forward for us to come back in Jan. Come on, your irons. And that's the thing, he will add so much experience, especially as he's going to be available for the Europa League as well. So he adds experience for that, and he adds that mentality of wanting to do the right thing. Getting forward, playing for the club. He's a Man United fan. I completely get why he went back at the end of the day. Look,
mate, it'd be the same if you were playing and West Ham come knocking.
He was probably told he'd be given a chance, comes in the door, all of a sudden Sancho turns up, Ronaldo turns up, and he finds himself back on the subs bench again. And, he doesn't get the game time he deserves for the type of player that he is, and coming to us, it's a no-brainer, because there's nothing new. He's coming in, same, couple of new players, but same squad, same backroom staff, same manager, He knows the club already. He's got a feel for what the club are doing. He's got a feel for what the manager's trying to do, the manager's plan, what he wants to achieve. And he's bought into that already in that short period he was there. So he'll buy into that again and he'll push us forward. The interesting thing for me is who's the one that's going to be sitting out.
Well, the thing is, Scott, like Ben Rama will probably be going to the African Nations Cup anyway. So that's going to be a loss. And the thing is as well, Jesse Lingard knows he's not going to come in and get straight into the team. This ain't last season. He's got to work. But who's he got more chance of breaking into the team, us or Man United? He's not going to get a chance at United. So come down to West Ham. And then if he does win his place in the team for West Ham, it's then whoever drops out, it's their opportunity to try to get back into the first team. That's what you need. Good squads and good teams that win things have competition in their teams and squads.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When you look at United, you wouldn't want to play there at the minute, the way they are. You know, he scores the winner against us as much as, you know, it's a pain that he done it. Scores the winner against and finds himself straight out of the side for a side that's playing mediocre compared to what they are classed as being able to play. You know, there's no drive at that club. There's no desire at that club. It's just a load of overpriced superstars taking the money.
I mean,
I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit here. I think this could be a drive to attract a bigger club. Let them know, you know, I'm available.
No, I don't think so, mate.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, because there might be other European teams and other Premier League teams will have looked at what he done last season and think, right, he could come in and do that for us in the second half of the season. And I know that he's been linked with, I think, both the Milan clubs as well. So there might be attraction there, but from what the vibe I'm getting from him, his Instagram, his brother's Instagram, is that he wants to join West Ham. Moyes wants him back. The squad want him back. So it's perfect. Unless something drastic happens, I think Jesse Lingard's going to be a West Ham player in January.
Oh, I mean, from what I've seen today, all the signs are there. He enjoyed his time here, and that's massive for someone like attracting players. You got, you know, he's already been here. He knows what he's going to get. He knows the squad. There's no one left. You know what I mean? Like Declan Rice is still here. He's going to be talking to him. I'm sure they're probably very good friends now. England days and all of that sort of thing. And I think it's a no-brainer. He's going to be back. Yeah, I just hope they don't drag it out to the end of January. I think that would be silly.
I think Lingard will want that done straight away, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it's just whether United don't want him playing against them. That's the thing.
Well,
they could drag it out.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing is that they could do it if we were loaning him.
What we've got to remember with Lingard is his family's come down to London before. You know, so they've had a taste of that. It's not like it's a massive upheaval that you're bringing your family to somewhere new. The family's already been down here, so they've seen what it's like, and they've got to know what that little period he was here on loan. They've got used to life in London, so that is also a plus point. You know, imagine if he goes to Milan or something like that, he's got to drag the family all the way over there.
Listen, by the end of January, Kevin Nolan will have Jesse Lingard falling out of 195 in Epping after a massive session.
Better not. Let's take some comments. Pavel Metalak says West Ham United now much better, but Lingard brings a winning mentality. I think we've already got a winning mentality, to be quite honest with you. Our friend old Lee Turpin says, if we sign Lingard, do you think we will sign a striker in January? Lee, can you read the title of this video? We'll be talking about a striker a little bit later. Stevie Tyler's talking to Hammerhead. All right, mate. Hi, guys. Thanks for the enjoyable WHF TV. Keep up the good work, says Centurion. I can't wait for him to come to us, says Katie Adams. Alex Jones says, I would rather have Lingard than Yarmolenko on the bench. I'd rather have Scott on the bench than Yarmolenko, if I'm honest.
I'd rather have Jesse Wallace on the fucking bench.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Steve HU Bell says, smash the like button, guys, please. Ryan's bang on. Troy Taylor, I hope he goes to West Ham. Seeing him not playing at United is upsetting. It's all happening over there, you know, says Katie. David Brooks, seriously, any Hammer supporter who doesn't want Lingardinho to return to East London is smoking too much spice. Alex Robbins says, Alex Robinese says, what do you think of Antonio coming back on a private jet? It costs £100,000 of reports are believed to be true a day early. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go back down a little bit. If Lingard comes back, no one gets dropped. He becomes part of a squad like every other player, says Neil from Down Under. Kimbo says, Jesse will come back. We're a top 6 club now, and there's not another club in the Premiership that has a squad that enjoy being together, that crack on and off the pitch are massive. Hammers chat. Welcome, guys. Agree with Mr. Arger here.
Gio.
I'm just trying to find...
That definitely ain't Gonzo. He never agrees with me.
If Ronaldo hadn't signed, Jay Lings would have been back in the summer. I think he's a draw after all. Lingard ain't moving abroad. He's too close to his family, says Darren Clarkson.
That's a good point. That is a good point, to be fair.
Yeah, he's very family orientated. Very family.
Yeah.
He's got youngsters as well. And yeah, he's got time still.
The other thing as well with Lingard coming in is that will show Declan Rice. I mean, Declan Rice will look at the signings that we've done over the summer anyway, but bringing someone like Jesse Lingard in full time, Declan Rice will look at that and think, yeah, this is the ambition I want at the football club, and I want to stay here and be a part of it. Because the vibe I get from Declan Rice is he don't want to go anywhere. You know, he's so happy at the club. You see the picture they put out today, and he puts it on his Instagram saying family. Like, that's what it feels like now, a family club. You know, a family team. I mean, we've always been a family as in fans, but now we've got a team and a manager and a backroom staff that's a family. It's brilliant.
I mean, you've only got to see the behind the scenes videos and that just to see how close all the players are, and not just the players, the backroom staff, the manager. You know, from top to bottom, they are all very close. You know, they say, and you can see that on the pitch as well, like the way they play for each other.
Yeah. Here,
yes. Graham. Here.
Cliff made a good point in one of his comments. I can't find it through there, but he turned around and said, if Ollie goes, does that change Lingard's mind?
Probably not.
I don't. I think now his mind.
I just can't see there being much of a with the players available there. You know, is he like even Martial? He's not getting a look in. He was. You know, a couple of years ago, it was a starter.
Bring him.
But you know, it's.
The thing is, I'm not that I really care, but I mean, like you look at like the talent they've got, and it's just not. They're just.
Yeah, but they've got so much talent there. Jesse Lingard, unfortunately, is going to be down in the pecking order, and the elite will probably demand that as well. They're not going to be paying 50, 75 million pounds for someone and say, right, well, yeah, you're going to play someone that's already here and we got him for nothing over him. It's just, you know, they want to see value for their money. Ronaldo, he's not going to drop out the side. You know, Cavani, the way they play. You know, you see what's his name go in the summer. Daniel James, he wasn't getting a look in, and you know, I don't think that he gets back in the side. Unfortunately, I think it's unfortunate for him because I think he's one of their better players, and the way he was playing, like. But if you're not going to, if you're scoring winners in European games and then up to at the London Stadium and still not getting a look in the next week, your time's up. You're not fancied. You know,
could be very fortunate for us.
At 28, he needs to be playing.
Mm-hmm.
So last World Cup to be going to, I reckon.
Yeah, you know, he'll have serious aspirations to make that World Cup squad as well. You know, he'll want to be on the plane. But he's not going to get that opportunity sitting on the bench at Man United.
No, and the thing is as well, when you look at the mindset that Moyes has, bringing in young, hungry players. You know, at 28, he's not in that category of young. You know, 28 is a young age, but you know, Moyes is on.
I'll tell you what, Scott, I wouldn't mind being old if he's 28 years old.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, look, same. But it's that, you know, Moyes' philosophy. He's looking for that young, hungry philosophy. You know, so look, if Moyes wants him, he's been here before. It's as we said, it's a no-brainer for him to come back.
Yeah.
He says he needs to be in the England squad in March. Not being in his squad is a straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah, I could see that as well.
Yeah, it's a massive, and that's it. I know you were saying about a new manager coming in, Scott, but Jesse Lingard's got to think about it. This is my last chance of getting into a World Cup for England squad, so he's got to go. Even if it ain't at West Ham, I can see him going somewhere else if he don't come us. But look, let's just hope that we don't look silly now and we get the deal done.
Definitely, mate. 100%.
James Games says, where's he gone? Nicky, I like your t-shirt. Where did you get one? Wink, wink. My Sawyer t-shirt, isn't it? It's available in our store. Oh, yeah. Let me show you these. These come through the post today. These were quick. Hey? Christmas jumpers, boys. Christmas jumper time.
Only a month. Only a month away now, Christmas.
Yeah. Ridiculous, isn't it?
I ain't even started my shopping. I don't usually start until second week of December. I like a challenge.
One more payday to go till Christmas.
I got
like to live life on the edge, right? Didn't you? You like to live on the edge, didn't you?
2 paydays before Christmas.
What?
I got 2 paydays before Christmas. You get paid just before Christmas, didn't you? You get your November pay and then your December pay early. So really, I got 2.
Oh, that's right.
Fucking January is a long, long time, mate.
Yeah, yes. And then it's the old 6 week. Yeah, you feel like you're going out splashing the cash for a couple of weeks, and then you realise, oh shit, I've got rent to pay next month. You start scrambling around.
You're eating pot noodles for a month.
Where can you buy the jumpers? They are available in our store. There was also another one, a really good one. I'll show you a picture of it in a minute. The West Ham are massive, inspired by the Dr. Martens West Ham shirts of the past. But yeah, they're all available in our store. The link is in the description down below. What's the next subject, Scott?
I don't know, man. I didn't see the title.
Fucking hell, man! What's wrong with you people?
Well, you ain't asked me yet.
Oh, right, go on then. What's the next subject?
I don't know. I ain't seen the title. No, I'm only joking.
He was sitting in this room for 15 minutes before I even come in here, and he didn't even read the title.
Glenn Hoddle. His comments yesterday that Declan Rice is the best player in the Premier League, not the best midfielder in the Premier League, the best player in the Premier League. Now, do we all agree with that?
Yes.
It's tough because Mo Salah, for me, I think is the best player in the world. So you can't. But Declan, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because
the thing is, you can't compare. You can't.
Go on,
I can't compare players in different positions, can you? I mean, he's the best midfielder, hands down, for me.
You can say the best player. No, he's not the best player because, as Ryan said, Mo Salah's the best in the world. At this particular moment in time, he is the best in the world. So, if you're going to say Mo Salah's the best in the world, and then you're going to turn around and say Declan Rice is better than him, then you're saying Declan Rice is the best in the world, which you can't. You can't really agree. I can't really agree with. But I would say this: in terms of consistency, he is 100%. There is no one in this league that is more consistent than Declan Rice.
I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world, not just the league. I think the world. He's definitely in the top 5 in the world at the moment. Current form for club and country, 100%, hands down.
It's a tough thing to say. We only see the Premier League and we don't see a lot of other leagues and stuff like that. But is he the best in the world at the moment? I don't think so. Is he the best centre midfielder that I've seen in the world at the moment? 100%. 100%. There's nobody. And when I know I bang on about England a lot with him, but when you see it for England, he is levels above some of them players on that pitch. And he showed it against Liverpool. He showed how far advanced he is compared to some of them other players.
And he was ill.
Yeah, exactly. The easiest way to look at it, right? How I feel is how good a player is performing and playing. Name a team he doesn't get into their midfield.
Exactly.
And you can't. You can't name a team where he doesn't.
There's a lot of fans. There's a lot of fans of other clubs that say he wouldn't. Liverpool fans say he wouldn't over Fernandinho. Fabinho and
walks in front of Henderson all day long.
I know that. I know that. But there's always going to be that that bias, isn't there? Like there's Leicester fans that tell me Ndidi is better every single.
There's Man United fans out there that tell you McTominay's better. Yeah,
exactly. So we're always going to be biased, but this is the thing about bias and all of that. Stats don't lie. Stats do not lie. And like you look at his stats, we're not the top of the league. We're near there, but we're not the top. And he's got number one stats in everything. Everything that he needs to be doing, he's the number one in the league at the moment. So you can't, I don't. People can tell me about Paul Pogba or McTominay or Ndidi and all that. Show me the stats. And Declan Rice will come out on top of it. As I said, he's not the best player in the league because, as I say, Mo Salah I think is the best in the world at the moment. But what I would say is he's the most consistent. He never goes missing. He never. I don't remember the last time he had a bad game. And other fans of other teams for a midfielder that's not scoring. He's not a centre forward that's going to score you 10, 15 goals or 3 a game like Salah. So, in terms of consistency, he's consistent. He's consistent, and other teams of other. Oh fucking hell! I'm confusing myself. Other fans of other teams will not see that because they don't see. I just see Hammer's chat. To be fair, indeed, he does beat Rice for the stats in some regards. Yeah, because I'm just saying the ones that Declan Rice uses. You know, the defensive stats, the tackles, the blocks, and all of that sort of thing. That's the sort of player Declan Rice is, and he wins them all.
Thing is with Declan Rice at the moment as well is he's starting to get recognition from top pundits now, where he wasn't getting that sort of a couple of years ago. More people are starting to recognise him, and that's because he now is on the world stage for England. He's played in the Euros final for England. He's definitely going to be a future England captain. You know, he's West Ham captain now. Mark Noble, when he retires, Declan Rice next season will be club captain. And as I said, he's got the world at his feet at the moment. He's only 22. We say it week in, week out. It's like he's been playing for 10, 15 years. He just gets better and better every single game. And it's a joy to have him playing for us at the moment and just enjoying it. But do you know what? I got this the other week. I was meant to show you. I forgot this. Look, this is like when my nan passed away and they cleared out her house. We found this. This was my uncle's from the 1980 FA Cup final.
Oh, wow.
Imagine wearing that to football now. Look.
Wear it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to wear that. Wolves away. They're molling you. Where's your pass? There's your pass. But yeah.
Where's your badge? We don't need those badges.
But yeah, no, it's just it's a joy to have Declan Rice. And as I said, other fans are starting to recognise him as well. And it's good. It's good.
It's good, but it raises too many eyes towards him when the transfer market's open up. That's the only problem we've got.
But you're always going to have that with good players.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing.
That's not just unique to our team. Like every club who has a player who's playing at the top of their game will attract interest from other clubs. Don't
you think now that we're in a different position than we was 5 years ago, where we can turn down 100 million for Rice because we don't.
And that's it. Listen,
we don't need to go back to the Redknapp days where we had to balance the books, when we had to flog Andy Impey on the quick.
The way we've got to look at it is that if we continue the way we're going at the moment, I'm not saying we're going to finish inside the top four, but if we were to finish inside the top four, you don't need to replace Rice. You'll get 100 million coming in from the Champions League. You know, so Declan Rice, you're not scrambling around to find that money. With the investment that's now come into the club, like you said to me earlier, we're not going to be scrimping and saving and stuff that. You know,
I wasn't here last week when you were speaking about the investment into the club. It's obviously happened when I was on holiday. I've had a little say on it, but I want to see change at ballroom level. Like, and this is going away from Declan Rice a little bit, but just in that regard, I want to see change at ballroom level. I want to see an investment, and I think someone said earlier about the £100,000 paid to bring Antonio back for a day shows how important Antonio is. Now, if you want to be spending £100,000 on a private jet to bring him home in a day because we haven't got anyone else, the next transfer window they need to make sure we've got someone else. And there's no excuses this time, you know. And how many times have we sat here and say when we've been in good positions around this time, around December and all of that, they need to do it. They need to just, you know, back the manager and all that. And they don't. They need to do it. They're on the brink of being able to sway a few people. I think they're on the brink of fucking leaving, if I'm honest with you. I think this is the sort of start of the exit strategy, if I'm quite honest. But if they want a comfortable last few years, or year or whatever it's going to be, you know, fucking just spend the money. It's not your money, you know what I mean? You know, it's not going to be yours. You know, get rid of it all. You know,
the thing is,
like the tickets at the arcade when you're leaving the caravan. You know, you've got to get rid of them. You can't take them with you.
I don't think that we're gonna. David Moyes has already identified players he wants in January, but we've got that Rob Newman coming now. It's totally different now to what this investor's come in. He probably ain't going to chuck money at the football club like straight away, but there is money there for players in January. And I think that there's deals already being done and they're identifying players, and there'll be players that are out of contract to add to this squad in the summer that we might not need in January. But with obviously a centre back is a priority now.
Yeah.
Obviously with the news about Ogbonna, we'll talk about that in a little while. And obviously getting a striker in to back up Antonio, and I think that. I mean, Sullivan and Gold would be crazy not. But I think this Kretinsky is going to have a big say in what goes on at the football club.
Well, that's the thing. He's now, he's the second largest shareholder within the club. He's overtook David Gold with the shares that he's bought. So, it's he's going to have a say. Things, I can't see things being run the way they've been run in the past now. He's not.
I'll be honest with you, Scott. As much as I like the news that Kretinsky's come in and going to have a little bit of backup, I'm more excited about the scouting setup. The Rob Newman and I forgot his name now. The bloke we got who used to be the Man City one, Georgia Santos. Because I'm looking forward to the players that they're going to identify, and they're going to go out and say to David Moyes, "Look, we can get this player," and then David Moyes goes, "Yeah, bring him in." That's what I'm more excited about.
Yeah, that was much needed, wasn't it? That was we needed to upgrade the scouting system because it was pretty woeful, really.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have one, did we?
I was using fucking agents to identify players. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's woeful. It's woeful.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
But David Moyes is a sort of scout as well, because he goes to every other game that when he's obviously West Ham ain't playing, you always see Moyesy in the crowd. And that's something we haven't had for a long time at the football club. We've never. When was the last time you see a manager for West Ham doing that? Mm-hmm. A long time ago. And David Moyes, he works hard, David Moyes. He's poor bastard's probably tired.
Let's take some more comments in regards to Rice, and there are some still coming in about Lingard. Matt Francis Edwards is not a fan, obviously. Lingard money grabbing, he can do one, says Matt. Well, that's up to you, Matt. Paul McDonald, Sigerson at Everton, we want rid of. Yeah, I bet you fucking do. There's quite a few people that want rid of him, I bet. I think Oddle meant best midfielder in the country, but didn't correct himself. Yeah, I think that could be it could have been misquoted or saying. I ain't seen the full quote, so I can't really say. Sorry, Salah is a great striker, but you do have to be an all-round player to be the best in the world. So it can only be a midfield player, not a striker. It's controversial. What a nice tan, by the way, says David McNulty. Thank you very much. Paul White says, if he could step into any team, is there any team that would turn his head? Of course, there's going to be teams. If I mean, as an English player, at some point, I'm not talking about right now, but at some point, if Real Madrid come calling, which they could, to be fair, would he consider it? Of course he would. I don't think there's a player on the planet that wouldn't consider someone like Real Madrid. Am I right?
I disagree, because at the end of the day, I don't get this thingy to go and play for the likes of Real Madrid and all that sort of thing. Yeah, look, they're fantastic sides, but if I'm playing football and I'm playing well and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, especially at the age that he is, I don't need to go anywhere else at the minute.
Yeah,
that's
but like you say, mate, some clubs historically are just a big draw. Like teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Juventus, they're big draws.
Yeah, but so they're good teams.
When Michael Owen went to Madrid, when Beckham went to Madrid, when Woodgate went to Madrid, they had Zidane, Figo. It was the Galacticos at that time. Real Madrid as you said, they're a massive club. But if I'm a Declan Rice now, I'm looking at, I want to stay in the best league in the world, because this is the best league in the world. No other league compares to this, the Premier League. This is where you want to be.
I've got to drop out for a minute because my battery's running out. I've got to go and get my charger. Go on, you.
All right.
But I know what you're saying. But like sometimes it's just the. I know Barcelona aren't what they were, but and Real Madrid as well. But like the history of the clubs and the glamour that's attached to those clubs can be it can turn players' heads. It's all right for us to sit here saying it, but if you were playing football and Real Madrid went, we pay you $300,000 a week, you're going to be playing Champions League every year and probably challenging for the title.
But then great. That's different to what you're saying. You're talking about money there. You're saying $300,000 a week. Of
No,
course,
but that's
like,
what they do. But you know, Real Madrid have won the most European Cups than any other team. You know, like they might say, well, you know, come and be part of, like, we're rebuilding, come be part of it. We can challenge for
But then,
Europe again. So like, and historically, they're big draws. You know, they
yeah,
you know, have that on your CV playing for Real Madrid.
The Spanish league ain't that attractive anymore than what it used to be. You know, the best players in the world are over here now. You know, it's, you know, look, yeah, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm not saying that Real Madrid ain't a massive club. They are. They're one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
But if I'm Declan Rice at the moment, you know, I'll be looking to stay in England. I'll be looking to move to if I was going to leave, you'd be looking to move to a City or a Liverpool, or even, I know they're not, a Manchester United, because they're still a big club.
But I just don't see. Look, I get the history, I get they're good clubs and all that. And
Yeah, but then
if you're going to move, you want to move to win things, right? So you go to a club that you're more likely to win something with.
But you're saying that Man U aren't what they were, but they're still attracting players like Ronaldo and
because they pay the money. They only signed Ronaldo, so he didn't go City. That's what it's all. It's all about money. You know, like you said yourself, if Real Madrid come and said, "Look, we'll pay you $300,000 a week to come and play for us," you go and play.
Yeah, but then they'll also have the draw of, they'll probably challenge for the title every year. They'll be in Champions League every year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But for a 22-year-old youngster who's playing well, is in the national team every squad, and he's enjoying what he's doing. The only thing missing for him at our club is he ain't on the right amount of money that the talent that boy's got deserves. That's the key thing. Pay the boy what he should be on. And I'm never a big fan.
He should be our top earner.
Yeah, football players are way overpaid, way overpaid. But at the end of the day,
everyone knows that.
Yeah, if you're the best player at the club and he's the best player at the club, he needs to be on the best wages at the club. So that's something we need to sort out. But if I'm looking at it from a player, take off being a West Ham fan. If I'm looking at it as a player, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm getting paid a good amount of money. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting on with my teammates. The team are playing well. I like the manager. Why am I going to move at 22 years old? I don't need to. 25, 26. If I've been at the club for that length of time and we've not achieved anything, we've not come close to anything, then I'm sitting there, well, I've probably only got another 5-6 years at this top level. You know what? I'm going to make that move.
But the thing is,
I'm going to go to Manchester City because I want to win something. But how many young players at 22 years old have done that and it's backfired? Scott Sinclair's one of them. Them players, and that's what it is at the moment. He doesn't need to go.
Yeah, but the thing is, footballers' careers are short. And I know what you're saying, but anything can happen in a football career. Like teams like that might not come round again, and that might be how players look at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could make your debut playing football and get a career-ending injury within the first 10 minutes of playing a game. It's the risk that you take, and I get that, but I just don't see the point. I don't see that he needs to leave, and I don't understand.
No one's saying he needs to leave, but I'm just saying that there's clubs out there that could be big draws.
There's chances to go and play. Look, we're speaking theoretically, but you can't say that, because they do pay big money. Look at Gareth Bale.
Yeah, but you're there for the money. You're not. Let's be honest. You're not moving to Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
He didn't leave Scott. He didn't leave Tottenham for the money.
No, he left Tottenham to go and win something because he knew he was never winning anything with Spurs.
He's obviously fell out of favour there, and he's taken a very odd stance in terms of like the way he is with Real Madrid now. But he didn't leave Tottenham for the money. He left Tottenham because Real Madrid come calling, and you get 1 or 2 chances at Real Madrid. That's it.
And he weren't 22 years old.
He wasn't far off that, to be fair.
But at the end of the day, it's with him. He's like you said, he's taking a funny stance on it now, but he's taking the same stance. I think it was a Dutch defender went to Chelsea and they signed him on a ridiculous contract. The new manager come in, said, "You ain't playing." He went, "That's all right, I'll go and play for the reserves."
When it Bogard, Winston Bogard.
Yeah, you know, because he was, and that's no different to what Bell's doing. He went, "I want to play football. I'm fit. You don't want to play me? Pay me my money."
It all depends on your, you know, on your outlook on
Scott,
life.
Gareth Bale was 24 when he joined Madrid.
That's it. So it's getting to, as we said, you get into that later, you're starting getting the middle of your career, aren't you? 24, 25.
The thing is, look, it's different times. When Bale joined Real Madrid, they were winning everything, and they had Cristiano Ronaldo, they had Benzema, they was an unbelievable team. No, you want to go and play. It's not about playing for the club. Just because you wear that name and you say, "Oh, I've played for Man," you also got to look at the players you're going to play with. That's more of an attraction. You know, you go into training every day and you're looking around and you got Zidane, Figo, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Casillas. Who's going to want to turn that down?
Well, it's like you said with Lingard, with Ronaldo signing for United. You know, like you said, Ronaldo is a draw. To be able to train alongside him, to play alongside him, that is a draw because he's one of the best players. He's probably the best player of the generation that he was in. You know, there's not many other players that compare to him. So you can see wanting to play with them type of players. I understand that, but you know, for me, I just think the age he's at, he doesn't need to go there yet.
I also do think there are some comments there. I'm going to take them in a minute. I also do think, look, I said Real Madrid because they're a name, but I still stand by my comments. I think there is a financial crisis about to hit these football clubs. I think a lot of these football clubs, you see it happening to Barcelona, and I think they're the first of a few. And I think Real Madrid might be in that bracket, to be quite honest with you. So, you know, I was just throwing, you know, Real Madrid out there as a name. But there's going to be people that attract them. That's all I was saying. Look, don't get your knickers in.
The thing is, Nick, what you're saying there with that sort of crash that Barcelona have got,
they all deserve it. The Ghostbusters film on pirate again. Look,
you know, them clubs that have been run the way they've got away with it for the length of time. They deserve it. Hold on. Their fans don't, but they do.
Right.
Yeah. No. Sorry, mate. I just had to reply back to someone quickly. Non-stop messaging me, so I just had to tell them, "Look, I'm live." Friday night pan.
Sorry, Scott. I thought his microphone was off, but go on.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, we all know, like Scott said earlier, you know, some footballers get paid at the top end of the game ridiculous amounts of money, but nothing. It's not sustainable. So I think it's going to take something like a club like Real Madrid or Barcelona or an AC Milan or something to actually.
No more. They ain't got the money.
No, but that's the thing. People, you know, like we've said before, Berry went under for the sake of 500 grand, right? And no one's really give it a second thought. But I think if a club like Real Madrid, obviously the fans are Berry, you know, and the teams like that. But if a club like Real Madrid or Barcelona, like really sort of are in deep trouble financially, then I think that might make people sit up and take notice and say, like, it's just not sustainable to keep sort of throwing that sort of money at it.
When you think about it, Berry went under to what clubs like Barcelona, PSG, Man City pay a player in 2 weeks' wages.
Yeah,
that's how messed up. That's how messed up the game is. That's how messed up this. And
no, the thing is, mate, it's not just Berry. There's plenty of clubs on the verge all the way down the leagues.
Listen, Simon Jordan talks a lot of nonsense, but the one thing he talks that he's bang on about is things are never going to change in football until you start controlling player wages. And until that happens, you're going to get a lot more Berries, you're going to get a lot more Barcelonas, and even a lot more Rangers, where they literally go bust and have to start again. Because it's just absolutely ridiculous that a player can be earning £2-3 million a month for playing football.
But no, there were clubs, Scott, and I've been saying this for a while. There are clubs out there now, right this second, that, you know, this is worrying. And I'll still say that Barcelona is the start of the bursting of the football bubble, is because you know, the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona that are in financial trouble, they are monopolising their leagues as it is. Like they get the lion's share between the two of them. You know, it's something like 70% or something like that. You know, I might be, but it's a large amount of money that them two share between them, and they share the rest between. It's not like in England where you know it gets sort of shared out equally. They take the lion's share because they are the draw, and the rest of them, you know, get the fucking scraps more or less.
It's the same as the SPL, isn't it? Rangers and Celtic get a majority of the money.
They get the majority of the money. So for them now to be in financial trouble, unless they start taking 100% of it, which you know, I still don't think it will solve it. But
Nick,
you know,
that's what the Super League business was all about. It was just about them clubs trying to balance their books. That's what it's all about.
And it's worrying because that is the bursting of the bubble. That you know, it can't be sustained. What they're going to start doing? Charging people £1,000 for a fucking ticket in the stadium? They can't do that. This is the start. This is the start of the end. The money has got so ridiculous that it's not sustainable now. It's not.
It will take one club to stand up to the players. That's all it'll take. One club to do it. And one club.
But the only thing is what will the players do? They'll go somewhere else and get the money. Yeah. That's the problem.
But that's it. It's you know, it can't keep continuing. Can't keep going and going and going because it will go pop. And look, you know, you've had Newcastle get taken over by one of the richest families in the world. And look at the uproar that's caused because it ain't one of the greedy sides in Europe that tried to set up the Super League. You know, and this is the thing. It's like I said, it's a monopolization of what they're trying to do, and agents, you know, are heavily involved in it. That's something else that should be looked into, you know, massively. And they need to cap the wages. It's the only thing that's going to stop football. Will go under eventually. Football will collapse.
No, it never will.
Unfortunately,
it won't.
A lot of the
leagues might collapse, like lower leagues, but
the top league. No, the way you know football now, it won't be like that in 10. It just can't. It can't be because the money keeps on going up and up and up and up. It's outstripping. You know, you're talking about in the last 20 years, mate. The top earner in the Premier League may have been on £50,000 a week 25 years ago, and now they're on 600, 700, 800,000 pounds a week. The
Go on, Mike.
I remember when we give Don Hutchinson 15 grand a week and it all kicked off, and he was all right.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, you know, the money's ridiculous. Do
you know what I think that a lot of the trouble, you've got players that are on 10 times more than the manager.
But that's the thing is, I say about that, it's not the players' fault; it's what they're offered.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like,
some of them might demand it, but most times it's what you're offered as a wage. And let's be honest, if all of us here now, if our boss come and said they're going to give us £5 grand a week more, well, none of us are going to turn it down, are they?
No.
I don't want it because suing admin ain't earning it.
Yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, you can't. I say, you know, you need to control the players. At the end of the day, like you said, if you're there and we're all doing the same job and one of us is earning £3 grand a year or £3 grand a month more than the rest of us, then the rest of us are going to go, well, hang on, we want a bit more of that. We're all similar level.
I think, to be honest with you, I think the fans need to stand up a little bit more in terms of like putting their foot down and saying no, because you can see football is morally corrupt. There's no morals in football anymore, and the pandemic showed that. You know, they you know, all the clubs, most of I think, fucking funny enough, ours was one of the only ones that made a stand against it. But how can you justify making 50 people redundant at Arsenal on the same day that they're giving Aubameyang an extra fucking £100,000 a week in his pay packet? You just can't. You know, it's morally corrupt, and that's what worries me about football is that if fans don't turn around and say no, you know, fucking, you need to stop this right now, which there's many fan groups out there that do, they'll find a way to fuck us again. You know what I mean? Like the whole Socios thing. You know, the Socios thing is like a social experiment. Are people going to pay for this? Are people going to do this? Are people going to do that? And the Socios thing collapsed, and I take great pride in one of the reasons it did collapse is I think because one of our videos got about a little bit and explained a little bit about it, because there's many people that, like, as much as we sit here and we turn around and say, you look into things and all that. That's sort of our job on this channel. You know what I mean? Like, we have to look into things. We have to see what they mean. We have to see what they mean about for the football club and all that. There's a lot of people that just see these things and go, oh, well, get on with it. Don't affect me. Blah 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 blah. But that socios thing is like an experiment. They brought out. Oh yeah, what you'll do is you'll be voting against the kit or something like this. It would start like that. It wouldn't even surprise me if one of these fuckers, got to a point where they've got a geezer paying £100,000 a month and he's picking fucking one player in the team. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. But
yes, as well, like, it's like any sport in the world. Now, I mean, we say about footballers' wages, but then you could say, well, look at boxing. One fight, a boxer can earn more than what a football player can earn in his lifetime. I mean, some of these boxers get like $60-70 million a fight. It's just what it attracts, what the attraction is. It's like you go to the top level of football. Everyone watches the Premier League. The Premier League is the best, as I said, the best league in the world. It's going to earn the most money in the world because it's worldwide. It's the most watched league in the world. And it's always going to have the money pumped into it. And that's why clubs struggle so much to skint themselves to try to get into the Premier League. But when they don't get into the Premier League, look at Derby County. Derby County have just been deducted another 9 points. They're probably going to end up in League One. They're going to Derby County going to be in League One next season, unless a miracle happens and they turn it around. But Reading have just been deducted 6 points. I think that was because they signed Andy Carroll, really. But yeah, no, it's crazy, and you see these big clubs like Derby County is a big football club in the English leagues, and it's a shame.
The thing is, right? Do you think? I mean, you look at like sort of late 80s, early 90s. The Italian league was the league to it was the big league, the league to go to earn the money and all that. And it's I think the league's a shadow of its former self now. I mean, do you think that could happen here?
Well, no, look, as Gio's just said there, the Premier League have just signed a £2 billion telly deal with in America to show Premier League games out there. It's always going to have that attraction. Always. The Premier League will never go bust.
No. The Premier League won't go bust.
It'll always have money pumped into it.
We need to start moving it on a little bit. Let's take some comments before we move on to the next subject. Super high for what he was on when he first signed with Madrid. I think about £200,000 a week. Well, I wouldn't mind that being my fucking wages, mate, to be quite honest with you. Rice will sign for Barca if he's willing to accept the Dani Alves £1 a week contract. Need a salary cap, said Anas Ahmed. His comics destroying cinema, says David Minow. Maybe we'll do that in our Ask Us Anything. Paul White's laughing his head off. We will be mega massive in a while, says LTL 100. Isn't Real Madrid state run and Real Madrid TV money is crazy? Yeah, it's right. Wasn't FFP meant to stop clubs going bust as well as leveling the playing field amongst all clubs? Thing about FFP, mate, it's run by the elite, and they let the elite get away with the elite. All FFP is doing is trying to close shop. They close their own problems. Look at the arse, how they run a tight ship. What about the Chelsea putting their season tickets up 200%? Yeah, I saw that. And this is what I'm saying. And this is where, fans need to start, because that shit will happen, And if they get away with it, believe me, we won't be fucking far behind.
No. And that's the thing. That's when it starts. When it starts affecting the fans, that's when it's totally wrong.
Yeah, 200%. 200%.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
The thing is, West Ham value Rice at 100 million. I don't think anybody would pay that amount. Not saying he's not worth it, but can't see anybody paying 100 million. Well, that's up to them. He stays with us if they don't. He's worth more than 100 million without fucking shadow of a doubt. Eddie Howe has been positive for COVID. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. I see that just before I come on here. He's tested positive, so he won't be in charge for his first game.
Do you know what? I got, before we move on to the next subject, I got a lot of stick. I've done a video for someone in the middle of the week, and I was questioning the appointment of Eddie Howe. and just saying, look, I can't really work out whether this is really good for them or really bad. I
see your video and I sort of agree with you because I think Steve Bruce, I mean, from an outside point of view, I don't think he's done a bad job for Newcastle. I know it wasn't what they wanted, but he didn't do a bad job. You look at his stats compared to Rafa that they idolise, he had better stats. So he just never could, the Newcastle fans could never take to him. With Eddie Howe, I think Eddie Howe was a good coach, like on the training pitch. I just don't think he's got that mentality to handle bigger and better players. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it was like, do you think it's one of those where, because he'd been at Brighton, left, went to Burnley, didn't work out, went back to Bournemouth, and it sort of, do you think it's one of those where, a bit like Mike Walker with Norwich back in the 90s, like a manager and a club fit each other, but then when he moved on, it didn't work out for him at Everton. And do you think that might be the same for Eddie Howe?
Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful to Eddie Howe, but I think at a bigger club, I think he'd be a better, if that makes sense, because he done well at Bournemouth. He got on playing good football.
I can't see. I mean, you talk about Norwich, and I said this about Norwich. Norwich, in my eyes, right, and I mean this with the greatest respect, and I said this, Moses couldn't keep them afloat. He couldn't. It's going to take a miracle to keep them up. A miracle, because they're just not good enough. And
who are we talking about?
Norwich, yeah. But Newcastle got the same points. They ain't even. Norwich have won a game. Newcastle haven't won a game yet. And the thing is, hold on. Right. The thing is, what I'm saying about Newcastle is, you can have all like people keep saying, "Oh yeah, we're so rich, we're so." I mean, shit. In a minute, they might as well have my fucking bank balance because they can't buy anyone until 2 months away. Yeah. That's 2 months away. They haven't won a game. Not one game all season, right? They're level on points with Norwich. The safety is at 10 points at the minute, and they've got some. I'll tell you what, I was looking at their fixtures the other day. They've got a fucking hard December, and I mean a hard December. Like Eddie Howe, I think they've got Brentford tomorrow, which now Eddie Howe's not going to be in charge. They've got, I think in 2 weeks they've got Norwich, and that's a fucking 6 pointer. They need the points from them too if they're going to have any sort of chance. In January, if they're so far afloat, who's going to want to go there? Nobody. Eddie Howe, with all due respect to Eddie Howe, and I looked at his stats for Bournemouth before I'd done that show, he's lost 22 games in his last season at Bournemouth. 22 games, and it's like that's obviously it's relegation for them because they got relegated. It's not that much better than what Bruce's record is now, and that's over 2 seasons.
I think the thing with Steve Bruce as well was his Sunderland connections.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Even though he was a Newcastle Geordie boy, loved the club. I did feel a bit sorry for Steve Bruce, but going back to Norwich, I think Norwich have made a great appointment in Dean Smith. I think he's a really good manager, Dean Smith, and I think maybe that's the appointment that Newcastle should have made. I don't know if he was available. I think they employed Eddie Howe before? Yeah. So it's it's going to be interesting down at the bottom now because I think Norwich will start picking up points under Dean Smith.
Yeah, look, Norwich, Newcastle needed to get rid of Bruce. They were awful, and
I don't agree.
Part of the reason they were awful, Nick, was because of him, because he's not a very good manager.
But then, Scott, you say that he had better stats than Benitez, and Benitez because his name's Rafa Benitez and he wears a suit and he looks like a waiter, you know what I mean? They're all up his arse, but Steve Bruce had better stats, so you can't.
Exactly, but that's it.
Steve Bruce is a bad manager.
He is.
I don't particularly like Steve Bruce. I don't think he's a great manager. I wouldn't like him to be the West Ham manager.
For me, he's another. Another one like Warnock.
It's not. I don't think it's Steve Bruce. It's the message that got sent across as soon as they walked through the door, and I think they needed to stick by the manager. As soon as they walked through the door, they went, right, get that cunt out.
Exactly.
But this is what I'm saying. That resonates to the players because they're thinking, oh God, they've got all this money now. He's gone, right? And they wasn't particularly playing for him. but there could have been that boost if they hadn't have put him under so much pressure, and that was,
Look,
Newcastle players are just not good enough.
That's it, and that's it. But so nor is the manager, because the manager's brought some of their players in. The thing you got bang on is you said they've got 3 good players, and that's it. And that's Joe Willock, Callum Wilson, and that's St Maximin. And St Maximin isn't brilliant. You know, the rest of their side doesn't get into many other Premier League sides, in my opinion. You know, and Bruce, as I said, I think he's a poor manager. But it was Newcastle's a poison chalice, because before this board come in, you're going into a job where you're not going to get properly backed. So you've got to get that mentality to get them players working hard and playing for you. Bruce never had that.
Problem is with Newcastle as well is, you know, they're a one city club. They're a one city club, so they think they're bigger than what they are. You know, they haven't won anything major since the 60s. You know, so they're not. Look, they're well supported.
They haven't won anything since the 60s.
No, that's what I'm saying. They could argue and say they won the championship, but the thing is, I like Newcastle fans because they're loyal, and you know, but as I said, they're a one city club, so they can fill their 60,000 seater stadium. When you look at West Ham, that fill a 60,000 seater stadium, compete against how many London clubs?
25.
Exactly. So, and we're selling out.
I made that number
home and away every single week. No, but you're probably not wrong. There probably are about 25 London clubs. But
when you look at where most of our fan base is, we're competing against the London clubs and the sort of clubs out in Essex.
You know, clubs are out in Essex that we're competing with. Colchester,
Southend, Colchester, Orient, Dagenham.
They ain't competitors to us.
But they're competitors. But it's no different to. QPR's not a competitor to us. Brentford weren't until they come in the Premier League, but there's still a lot of clubs in a small area of space.
I'm not saying competitive in football. I'm saying fan base. You know what I mean? They're all going to have their own fan base. So, you know, imagine if there was a one team in London, like one club. Imagine how big that would be, biggest club in the world.
Yeah, to be fair, if you had one club in London, they're probably every season they probably win everything.
Well, to be fair, there is only one club in London, and that's West Ham. So,
that's it.
End of that argument. Anyway, fuck Newcastle, fuck Norwich, fuck them. Let's get back about West Ham.
Right, quickly then, before we go on to ask us anything, and that's not going to be long tonight because we've got to get up early and I've got things to do. Belotti, yes or no?
Do you know what the thing is with him? I'll be honest. I haven't really seen much of him play. He's 27 years old, something like that. So he's at a good age, you know. And if we can get him on a free, look, like I've seen, as you do, you go on YouTube and you have a look, and everything looks good on YouTube. I mean, fuck me, we look good on YouTube sometimes. But no, look, he
Graham needs a new camera. He never looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going purple again.
Graham looks like, you know that scene in Ghost when Patrick Swayze goes off at the end?
Yeah. Like that.
Great, go and kiss Molly and then fuck off back up to heaven.
I've got a new laptop coming. It'll have a nice camera on it and everything. It'll be all right.
It's not the camera.
It's not the camera. It's your lighting.
Yeah, I know, but I can set up somewhere a bit better with a laptop.
Yeah, on the roof.
What's new laptop have a new bedroom, does it?
Yeah.
it may just do that. He's just done home.
What's happened, Louis? But yeah, no, Belotti, yeah, definitely for me, I'll take him 100%.
Yeah, so there's big rumours. There's big rumours that he's interested, and we're very interested. So I would like him. I think he's a good player. The only thing that worries about me, I think, the last experience that we had with an Italian striker, and it wasn't very good. And he was an Italian international, but I'll take him. He's going to be available for a good price. He's refused his contract with Torino. He's a goal scorer. He's a tough old. He's like I don't know what he is really. I can't really describe.
Last week, Nick, when he was on holiday, there was talking about Simeone's son as well.
Right. What you meant?
You weren't here for it. So what's your fault?
I've never even heard that rumour. I don't even know who Simeone's son is.
Yeah, he plays out and obviously in Serie A as well, in Italy. Yeah, I mean we're linked with loads of players at the moment. I mean, centre back is a priority. Obviously, we haven't spoke about it, but Bonner, David Moyes confirms that he's got to have an operation. So he's out for the season. He's out for a long time. It's a shame because he was up there as one of the players of the season for us. Him and Zuma were just getting that perfect partnership, and it's sad, but it's reality of football. Things like this happen, so we have to move on. Listen, and we've got to get someone in.
More than happy with Dawson to slot in now.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with Dawson. I'm happy with Diop. I think Diop might even start tomorrow. If I'm honest,
I think this could be the making of Diop.
Yeah, but we still need someone in. Yeah, and I know that someone said it there. We've been linked with a Burnley boy again, Tarkowski. We've been linked with so many players at the moment. You know, it's hard. Like I'm just going to wait to January. But,
that's it. The thing is that Tarkowski didn't want to come before. He doesn't, by the sounds of it, doesn't want to come to London. So is he the right sort of player? The rumours that we're going to go in for Ben Mee. Ben Mee would be a good short-term stopgap if you ask me. You know, he's a decent centre half. He's led that Burnley defence well over the past few years. He's got good experience, so he'd be perfect to come in.
Someone said the other day about bringing Phil Jones in, and I laughed at that last year. But when David Moyes in charge, I think he can get the best out of anyone. So if Phil Jones come in, it'd probably turn him into a fucking prime Maldini. Old Moyes.
To be fair, mate, as well, when you think about it, then people would have said the same if you were saying about bringing in Dawson.
I did say
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Look what he's done for Dawson. But I'm so going back to Ogbonna. I'm so gutted for Ogbonna, and I wish him a speedy recovery because it's such a shame, especially at his age as well, because he's 34 and he might not have that. He might not get back to that Ogbonna that we've seen the last couple of seasons. But I hope he does. It's a terrible injury.
Every time we say Dawson, just going off tangent a little bit. Do you know what that reminds me of? Dawson's Creek. And I remember when we went away. Where was it? You, Ryan, was with us, and I wouldn't leave the room until I'd watched Dawson's Creek every night.
Oh yeah, Mexico.
Yeah, it was in Mexico, and everyone wanted to go out every night, and I wouldn't leave the room till Dawson's Creek went off because I got right into it. That's the only time I've ever watched it. I never watched it.
That's a lie. He just wanted to go out so he could have a shifty one on the quick.
I said, I killed the lizard with shit.
Yeah, turn the music up and lock the door.
Kent makes a good point with me as well. Ben Mee's left-footed, so he adds more balance to that centre-half pairing as well.
Yeah. But I feel, do you know what? I'd play Zuma at the back on his own. Just him.
No
right back, no left back, just Zuma. No goalkeeper either. He can just run back on the line. Nice. I'm, as you said, I think this would be the making of Diop this season. I think Dawson's a good addition to have as well. It's just such a shame. But moving on, before we go ask anything, obviously Antonio this week scored a screamer for Jamaica.
Funny enough, that leads us to our super chat. Jeffrey, $5. Watched the Jamaica versus US game. We're real lucky Antonio didn't come back injured. The Jamaican pitch was awful, full of divots. Come on, your hands.
I see Antonio celebrate and carry two people. I think his hamstrings are like magic now. I think like he's a totally different player. Fitness wise, he's really changed his lifestyle and it's benefiting us. And that goal the other night was a screamer, absolute screamer.
Really one like that tomorrow.
And then obviously we know that he flew back on a private jet that was arranged by David Sullivan. People saying it was $100,000 or whatever. Look, it don't bother me as long as he comes back safe and fit. I don't care how he gets back. He could have got a donkey back for a walk here.
Yeah, that's it. It's getting the players back after. You just like you said, you want them to all return from international duty uninjured and all ready to go for the next league game.
Yeah,
yes,
brilliant.
Let's take some more comments before we go ask us anything. Can you put the banner up? That one.
I'll drop out a sec. I'll be back in a second.
All right, go on then. Piss off. Let me take some more comments quickly. Zuma and Dawson coming through. Nats Jones says it's a rumor that Spuds want Antonio. Is that bullshit? It's a rumor. I think it's bullshit. It was in the USA. Said Gary Crawford. I'm assuming that he's talking about the Jamaica game. Dawson starts over Diop at the moment for Robert Griffin. I think Declan's worst game was against Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher's a very good player. Did you see the England game?
Yeah.
He don't even remember the score.
Huh?
I said he don't ever remember the score, Conor Gallagher. What's happening?
I don't know. What did you say? He can't remember the score.
No, he did everything but score.
Oh, I thought you said he couldn't remember.
He said he can't remember the score. I was
That's
like,
what I thought he said.
That must be the microphone playing up. Colette Parr for me. I'd like to see Pacey. I couldn't remember the score. I'd like to see a Pacey striker as Belotti is scoring in what Graham says is a poorer league than a reputation in previous years. Bring back Diamante, says AE West. Zuma has been fucking awesome, says Dean Henderson. We need a striker really that would be nice. Prime Maldini, Paul Hilton from Bury as a centre half as a stopgap. Yeah, loads of thinking. Loved your channel as an Arsenal fan. Speaking of West Ham, the title challenge this season. Hope you lot win the league. This would be great for football. Most diehard fans of the world. We're not going to win the league. We can't win the league, can we?
Nah.
Well, we can, but we won't.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, exactly. We can, but we won't.
You know, we're in the hunt at the moment, but
then again, look, I don't think we're going to win the league. I really don't. But everyone was saying the same about Leicester. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They just carried on. I just think with obviously European football and everything, obviously I don't think we're going to win the league, but I'll definitely take it. I wouldn't turn my nose up.
It's nice to be at the challenging at the right end of the table.
Could you imagine though, right? Let's just say, imagine if we did actually win the league. That would be for me probably a bigger achievement than when Leicester won it. For the fact that when Moyes took us over, we was like staring relegation in the face.
Yeah,
but
so was they.
Yeah, I know, but we've not really spent that much money. But I think teams are better now than when Leicester won the league.
Yeah. Do you know what, right? I agree with you there. Teams were better. Teams are better now, than when Leicester won the league.
Yeah, Liverpool finished 8th that season. Yeah. They finished below us.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, 100%. City weren't that great. Tottenham were the only challengers and they couldn't win it. But yeah, look, listen, we're not going to win the league, but it'd be great for West Ham, it'd be great for British football, and it'd be great to see all them looks on the Spurs fans' faces.
NWA please says, come on boys, back to reality.
Yeah, no, look, this is what I'm saying. I don't think we're going to win the league.
Listen, mate, you don't have to live in reality all the time. You've got to have a dream.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dream, mate, you make your dream come true.
That's right, mate. So fuck you. There's no questions coming in.
There's a few.
Go on in, get them up.
Hold on.
Yeah, look, as John says there, keep beating what's in front of us. That's all you can do, game by game.
That is right, mate. We're doing that in a minute.
Exactly, and that's all you got to do. It's just one game at a time. Take your time doing it. All right, I did see it. Now my computer's playing up.
Or you could look at it another way. It's only 17 points to safety.
Yep. That's it. Get that confirmed first and then go from there. Right, this is the only I can find at a minute. Cliff says, after Nicky's holidays, where the rest of you boys wanting to go?
Not Austria.
Yeah, not Austria, yeah. I'd like to go Mexico.
I wouldn't mind going back to Mexico. I'm just looking forward to getting away. I'm looking forward. I'm going Greece next year, all being well. So
yeah, I'm sort of. I'd go anywhere at the moment.
Oh, where? Go on, sorry. It's just reminding me. Did you tell Andy about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Just right. Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
I just had to mute myself there. I just sneezed. That's it. It's fucking my hay fever's been really bad this year. I've got an allergy or something. Must be used to winning. I've got an allergy against West Ham being so good. Not used to it. Yeah, I think Andy's he sorted out a little tipple in the back of the car as well. He's got some Jack Daniels on the seat. He's got some moonshine going, mate.
He's looking after
Steve,
you.
Scott did tell me, Steve. Yeah.
I take no responsibility in the Oscar the Grouch rumours circulating. But,
I thought it was a good one. And I'm a bit of a grumpy kid. So.
Graham, you're the least grumpiest person I know.
Oh, you didn't speak to him yesterday during the day then?
Honestly, every time I've ever spoken to you, you've been nothing but pleasant.
Chris Mills says...
sorry, go on.
Sorry.
But,
go on.
Here's one. Who was the best football player out of you four guys in their prime? I ain't even reached my prime yet.
I'm still in my prime.
37 not out.
Well, no, I'm injured at the minute. So.
I'm saying Graham.
Me and Ryan still roll back the years on a Monday. Well, me and Ryan are both injured at the minute, so we're not rolling back the years at the minute.
We've both pulled our calf.
Yeah, we got. I've done mine Sunday, and then Ryan done his Monday in sympathy.
What about the other week, Gray, when you was playing against me? He got some right lucky touch, and he stopped me from scoring. And about 10 minutes later, I shot, and it took a deflection and went off his knee. And I just went up to him and went, "That's for the fucking lucky deflection, you bastard."
Yeah. What was it you called me as I come away with the ball? You called me something. What was it?
Prick. I don't know.
I think it was something else.
I don't know. What did I call you?
I think it began with C.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, Cotty.
Chris Mills says,
and then I called you. I think I called you a lucky one when you deflected one off my knee. I went, "You lucky fucking."
Right, Chris Mills says, "What are the two West Ham celebrity fans you like and dislike the most?"
I don't really dislike. I don't dislike any celebrity fans really.
Dislike. I think this is going back to the conversation that we had last night. I don't like the ones that just jump on the bandwagon like that Mia Khalifa, because they're not West Ham fans. They're just jumping on the bandwagon.
Tell a lie. Ain't Jeremy Kyle a West Ham fan?
He is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Him.
You don't like Jeremy Cole?
No, I don't.
I didn't realise that he's on the radio now, isn't he? He does a radio show.
Started on the radio, mate. I used to listen to him on the radio.
The thing is, Jeremy Kyle might watch this and go, "That Graham's a right prick." So, there you go.
Oh, no, he does.
He does. He definitely does.
He told
me. There you go.
I've got a random story for you later on, but I'll leave it till later.
So, Graham, West Ham fan, come on, a celebrity West Ham fan you like? Graham, come on.
Ray Winston.
Yeah, obviously Ray Winston. Russell Brand.
I like Danny Dyer.
Yeah, Danny Dyer.
I like Chris Akabusi. Love Chris Akabusi. Boom, boom, boom.
Absolute legend. Absolute legend.
Kathy Bill.
Let's just say I don't think there's many West Ham celebrities that we don't like.
The Queen. God save our Queen.
Yeah, good old Queen.
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
West Ham fan.
Yeah.
President Obama, eh?
Matt Damon's apparently a West Ham fan as well.
He is a West Ham fan, that is true. The one I like the most,
what's his name from the Foo Fighters?
Dave Grohl.
West Ham fan.
Go on, Nick. Who was you going to say?
Dave Grohl.
Oh.
He's the one I like the most because he's one of my favourite musicians. So
he's a legend.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, he's a legend. He's one of the best.
Who?
Dave Grohl.
Who don't I like? Any pedos? Let's put West Ham.
Ben Watson wants to know, is Dan actually West Ham clips?
Maybe not.
I could tell you that.
Ken Emma says, FA Cup win or fourth place?
FA Cup.
FA Cup. I got asked this question the other night, and there was a big debate in the room I went to AFTV party, and they was having a discussion. It was funny because it was between Robbie, Ty, Coogan Cassius, who does IFL TV, Robbie's brother, and they come up to me and asked me, "Would you rather have the FA Cup or Champions League?" And I said, "FA Cup." They told me I was fucking mad. And
yeah, but
What do I say?
you're talking to 4 Arsenal fans there that have won it 13 times. Like,
yeah, that's what
and
I'm
in
saying.
the last couple of years, if they hadn't won it for 40 odd years, it'd be totally different.
I was trying to explain that, but they weren't having it. They didn't understand. So.
But the
And what
thing
do I
is,
always say? What do I always say?
Comfortable place in the trophy cabinet.
That's it.
But the thing is,
You have been listening.
they won the FA Cup 13 times and then moaned about finishing 4th 13 times. So
No, they won it 14, I think. They 14. They won it.
Whatever they won it, but at the end of the day, a trophy's a trophy. You know, 4th place is nothing to it's 4th place. You know, it's great. You got 4th place. Well done. You know, it's a trophy's a trophy. At the end of the day, as we've said many a time on the show, what do you remember your club doing through the years? What years stand out the most? Are the years when you win a trophy? Exactly. So yeah, that's just people who just don't think that winning a trophy is important. It's what you play football for. You don't play football for your greatest achievement to be. We finish 4th every year.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Well, as a player, when you retire, you want to be able to be like a Paul Scholes or a Ryan Giggs. Oh, look, I've got 12 Premier League winners medals.
Exactly.
And,
I finished
4th
in 1999. It was great. Fantastic.
Right.
What
How do you like your spuds?
How do I like me spuds?
Yeah.
I like roast potatoes, nice and crispy on the outside, soft in the middle.
You look like a roast potato, man.
Great. Virgil Van Dawson wants to know how much for one of your eyebrows.
It is one. Just one big eyebrow.
How much, right, for Christmas, right? How much would we have donated for you to shave them cunts off?
I couldn't shave them off because I'd look permanently surprised.
We could take them down an ownership. We could make loads of coats out of them fuckers, man.
You couldn't shave them off because you'd take half a gram away and he wouldn't be the same person. He'd look naked.
How much would we have to raise for charity to get the cunts away?
Honestly, it would look like if Pat Butcher took her big fur coat off.
And her earrings.
How much, mate? Honestly, how much?
I can't shave my eyebrows off, man. That's where I get all my power from.
For charity. For charity, Gray. For charity.
We'll talk about it.
Come on, Gray. We're sponsored by Manscaped.
Don't put me on the spot like you're not putting me on the spot and saying how much. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it.
How much?
We'll discuss an amount.
Can I just say though, that is why Manscaped wanted to sponsor us because of Graham's eyebrows. They see a gap in the market. Let's get them bad boys.
5,000, 10,000.
We'll discuss it.
No, I want an answer.
Mate, listen, Graham wouldn't do it for 5 or 10 grand. He'd do it for a couple of Morettis.
Yeah. Get some Moretti.
Get us a
as long as you ain't got to wait 20 minutes for it.
So a couple of people in the chat saying I look good. Thank you, mate. I got told I looked like a fat cunt the other day when I was on. I was putting on weight. I put on weight since the summer. I can assure you I haven't. But yeah, they're saying, and someone said, because I said that West Ham fans were better than any other fans in London, and I had an argument, and I sort of convinced the 2 Arsenal fans, and they was kept on saying Palace, but some Palace fan come in and think, don't get intimidated because Fat Nicky's there. Don't get intimidated because Fat Nicky's there. He says you tell him Palace. But yeah. Anyway.
Sam wants to know whose toy car is faster. Nicky's on mine.
I reckon mine.
Nicky's.
Yeah.
I reckon Nicky's one, yeah.
You'll see the one I've got there.
Joe says, do you think we need a left back?
Yes.
Nah.
There's cover because the thing is, Masuaku's not going to be great cover if anything happened to Cresswell.
What about Ben Johnson?
We've seen that in the past.
Right,
but Ben Johnson's been having a blinder at right back, hasn't he? So
But if we needed cover, he'll go there, Graham.
Shiny G says, MA9 Beast T, what's the best, sky blue or black? I'm ready to order. I like the sky blue one, if I'm honest.
I reckon you should buy both.
Yeah, buy both. Yeah, I'll get one of these, the new ones. I still want an answer off you, Gray, before the night's out.
No, you get one of them.
They ain't seen positive Patford. I don't even know where the old crow's gone. I think someone's nicked her. Hang on. Oh, there she is. Look, the little old treacle. She's hiding under the sign.
Matt Francis Edwards, I will donate $1,000 to see that, Gray. There's pressure building here, mate.
Yeah, and you've put that pressure on.
No,
grand and eyebrow. How much would that be, Gray?
What, grand and eyebrow?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, it's 2 at the minute, but if I let it grow, it'll just be 1.
Quick stat. Antonio's Dr. Jamaica was the first only goal scored outside the box. All 54 have been inside the box. The first goal scored outside the box for 7 years.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's never scored a goal outside the box for West Ham. He's scored them previously.
Let's hope he bucks that trend on Saturday, eh?
Matt Powell says, have you ever got too drunk you had a fight with a mirror?
No.
No.
I got so drunk once that I was convinced that the lines in the middle of the road were comfortable. And
yeah, I got drunk so once that I tried to climb inside my own shoe.
And I've also got so drunk before that we went out. We went out years ago. When we were young, and I mean young, 18, 19. We used to go out with quite a few of the Amorettes. And I mean, don't mean go out like dating, but we used to go out and they used to come drinking with us. And I once tried to, do you remember when I was trying to teach you to kick, right?
Yeah.
And I tried to kick, they was kicking above their heads, and I tried to kick above my head, mate, and my other leg went up and I fucking come down like someone give me a fucking rock bottom.
Didn't your elbow do that as well?
Yeah, and he broke his back.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, I went over, mate. I went over. That was it. My leg went up, but I forgot the other one has to stay on the floor, and that went up as well. And I just come down and broke me back.
It's coming up to that. It's coming up to that time of the year, isn't it, where it's just week in, week out now, drinking and getting invited to things, and I'm going to long may it continue.
I'm going to knock it on the head this year. I don't think I'm going out too many times this year.
Fuck that. You won't see me for a few Fridays.
I'm not honest.
We had our Christmas do last night, Gray. That was our Christmas do.
Yeah, that was it, mate. The fucking IHOP.
Yeah.
One San Miguel and a bucket of popcorn.
Rock and roll. Have as many cantaloupes as you want.
That's all you need. That's all you need is a bit of beer and popcorn.
And good company.
That's it.
We haven't noticed to have more December matches with the amount of tickets I'm buying. Everyone in my family will end up with a Satsuma with a bag of nuts. Yeah, I feel you, mate.
Crazy, isn't it? They ain't even put the Watford tickets on sale yet either. Watford away.
Yeah.
Skint.
It's no joke,
date's
mate.
That one? What date's
all the presents I'm buying, I'm getting on ClearPlay and Klarna, so I can pay it off over 6 months or something.
I think January it starts quieting back down, doesn't it? Once you get the FA Cup weekend out of the way, things start easing a bit back. So
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Gonna need to. Couldn't have the amount of matches you've got in December. Imagine having that in January. You'd definitely be losing our asses by the time we get to February.
You say that though, Scott. The more we do well in Europe, you'll be paying for more for away games.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing I want to mention quickly. That I think it was announced earlier that our fans, obviously, because Austria have gone into lockdown, that it don't affect us. They don't move the band to the next game. So it still stands for this game, even though there's a lockdown. So it's worked in our favour, really.
Yeah, because I was wondering whether they carry it over to the next game, the next away game.
I know there's a lot of people that might have lost money for hotels and flights, but now that COVID's come in, they might get their money back because it's from COVID. So happy days.
The thing is, though, you've got to wait for you've got to wait for the flight to be cancelled before you can claim the money back.
Yeah, they don't give you the money back anyway, the motherfuckers. They just don't give it back. They're just knocking everyone.
Before we
man.
answer that Ghostbusters question, this is a good question. What's the best West Ham goal was scored in the last decade?
Go. Oh, fucking hell.
From 2010 to 2020, I'd say probably
Colton Cole's got a good one, but I can't remember if that's earlier.
I don't know. Andy Carroll's scissor kick the other year was
Andy Carroll's scissor kick.
a bit special.
Do you know what I'm going to say? I think Dimitri Payet's free kick against Crystal Palace.
Nah,
Yeah.
the
one against Man U in the cup.
No, the Middlesbrough, the Middlesbrough one. The one
when he took on about 6 players.
Yeah, I honestly do.
We scored some good goals. We scored some good goals in that.
There's a few.
I think in the top 10, Dimitri Payet will probably have about 6 of them, I think.
Yeah.
What a player he was.
The Man United free kick is good, but the one against Middlesbrough was unbelievable.
Yeah, Lanzini's built up. Obiang, one against Spurs.
Obiang against Spurs. Yeah, there's been so many.
Morrison against Spurs as well.
Who scored the?
Was that
Sacco scored the one against Hull? Who scored that score against Hull?
Valencia.
That
was it.
That ain't the best goal of the decade, though. Come on.
No, but it was a fucking thunderbolt.
It was a thunderbolt, but there's been better. Payet against Borough, I think.
Hilaire's overhead kick, that was a good one.
Not that fucking good.
What about Antonio's first goal against Southampton when it bobbled in off his head?
Yeah,
that was the start of our Premier League record goal scorer.
Yeah,
right, mate.
Yeah,
that's right.
Crazy, isn't it? They showed on Twitter earlier. They were showing we played Coventry and Colton Cole and Freddie.
Piquion, wasn't it?
They were the 2 of the luckiest goals you're ever going to see in football.
Piquion didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
Cole scored one at like Sheffield Wednesday or something.
Are you thinking of the Wigan one when they played the 1-2?
Yeah.
That was Wigan away. That was under Zola. That was.
Cole's best one was when he played for Celtic and scored for them. When he fell over.
The best goal I've seen.
They kicked it against him twice. As that went in, as it got kicked against him, he was rolling.
But he was smiling as well. The best goal I've ever seen Cole score, there's 2. The playoff final against Blackpool and one against Spurs where he was on the edge of the box and he turned and hit it first time and it rifled in.
Yeah.
And then about 10 minutes later, he played a back pass and set Jermaine Defoe up.
Yeah, we lost 2-1.
I remember that. Yeah. So, a minute.
Yeah. Well, before we go, got to mention about Wolves tomorrow.
We've got to answer someone asked about the Ghostbusters. Was it any good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that ain't seen it, but for me,
it was different.
I enjoyed it.
No, I'm joking.
I think, maybe we should do change the title to Ghostbusters Afterlife Highlights Discussed. We'll talk about it.
I thought it was. I'll tell you. I'm going to give you a little review. I thought it was slow starting. Like it took a while to get into it.
Do you not think though, Nick, that was because we knew that the old ones are in it and we just can't wait to see them? Because I think if you watch it again second time, I think watching a film second time is always better. Because I think when you're sitting there, you're waiting for. Because I was sitting there thinking, "Where's Venkman? Where's Venkman? You know, like when I said, "Where's Mr. Perfect?" for about 3 hours. Yeah. Where's Venkman?
No, I knew that was only going to be in the end. I knew that was only going to come to the end. So
no spoilers. No spoilers. There's people in the chat who ain't seen it.
Yeah, no spoilers. Just leave it. Just say you.
All I'm saying is that.
All right, Dennis Norton.
No, all I'm saying is it was quite slow starting, but it got decent, sort of like mid to end, and then I don't think
I like my favourite bit was when Vigo come in on a skateboard.
Yeah, that was the best bit, wasn't it? When Vigo.
I'm only joking. That never happened. The highlight of my night and it was an absolute honour to actually sit and watch Ghostbusters Afterlife with Janosch from Ghostbusters 2 sitting there. Because I grew up, but the first film I ever seen in the cinema 32 years ago was Ghostbusters 2. And Janosch, who's right next to me now, there.
It's got to be a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wife to you and a mother to me.
Mother to me. But yeah, it was. Somebody asked earlier as well. Are comic books ruining the cinema? I don't think so. I like them.
They've kept the film industry going.
Well, the thing is, also as well, like the kids now felt like they see the films that are based on all the comics might pique their interest in getting the comics and read. So you know, they're sort of helping each other along, really. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, well.
I'm
going to see House of Gucci next week.
To be fair, some of the best films I've seen over the recent years have been comic book movies anyway. So it's for me, they've not ruined it.
Fair, comic book films sort of 20 years ago, that was a bit of a joke. Batman was decent, like the original Batman, but there wasn't many very good ones.
Superman.
Yeah, it was all right, but it was always cheesy. But what they've done with the new Marvel films are really good. Like I enjoy them. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy them. Like the humor. I like the humor in them. Like Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, Thor's always been because he's very tongue in cheek in it.
Yeah, I like it, man. But
yeah, see, I prefer some of the DC ones because they're a bit darker and more serious than some of the Marvel stuff. But they're good. They're good. It's a good watch and it's an easy watch as well.
I only go to the cinema to watch Super Ted. So when they make that into a film with Spot, who's his sidekick? Spot, wasn't it?
Spot.
Weren't the cowboy the villain?
Texas Pete, wasn't it? Texas
Pete. Oh, yeah, why?
I don't know.
Texas Pete.
Mate, it was the 90s cartoons and 80s cartoons were so fucking random. But
anyway, do you remember Trapdoor?
Yeah. Oh, I used to love Trapdoor. And do you remember what was his name? The Skeletons. What was it called?
Oh, in a dark room.
Dark house. There's a dark room.
Yeah, I used to have the little skeleton dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Wolves tomorrow. Me and Nicky are going up there. Looking forward to it. I think we're going to win. I fancy us to win. I'm going to go 3-1 because that's just my favourite scoreline this season. But I can see them scoring, unfortunately. Might be a bit tighter, but no, I fancy 3-1 tomorrow. Funny Bones, that's it.
Funny Bones.
Yes.
Someone just put in the thing in it. It's breaking by X that Lingard has made it known he wants to return. I think he's been making that pretty clear all day himself, to be fair. Tomorrow, 2-0. 2-0, comfortable.
I'm saying 2-1.
Yeah, no, I think 2-1. I think Wolves will score, but
I think listen, we'll all take a 1-0 scrappy win now just to keep the run going. Because if we can it'd be interesting because Chelsea have got a really difficult game tomorrow away to Leicester. If they drop points and we win and we play them in a couple of weeks, we've got City next week as well. You know, we start picking up points against these sort of teams.
That's the thing. You know, potentially we could end up second tomorrow.
Who'd win in a rap battle? Nicky or Ryan?
Who'd what?
Who'd win in a rap battle?
A rap battle?
Yeah, rap battle.
Probably you, mate. I can't rap. I can't even rap Christmas presents, let alone fucking rap. Like Eminem.
I can rap Christmas presents if they're square, but and it's easy to rap. But anything
I can't even do that. I usually leave all my presents at the kiosk in Lakeside and let them wrap it for a few quid.
I'll leave all mine down here on the floor, go to bed, and they come down. They're already wrapped. I don't know how that happens.
I always think the best wrapping Christmas present was Smithy when he wrapped it all in tin foil. He said you just wrap it and scrunch. It's done.
Fun. Makes self-wrapping Christmas paper will be a rich man. Honestly.
Or if shops sold it already wrapped.
Mm.
Yeah, but then how do you know what you're getting? It's a surprise. Imagine that though, because they sell it already wrapped. They pick it up off the shelf wrapped, but you think you've bought an iPhone and they open it and it's a fucking Motorola.
You saying that, mate? Right? There was people set up this shop. I don't know where it was. And it was a shop where you buy your presents, come in, and they wrap them for you, and then you come back and collect it later.
They do it in Lakeside.
That's what I said. They do it in Lakeside.
This shop, what they've done is you gave them what you wanted wrapping. They went out the back. They weighed the box. They had boxes, all different shapes and sizes. They made the box the same size and the same weight, wrapped it, gave it back to you, so you think it's the present, and they went away with whatever you bought.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory.
No, I'm telling you, that's what they did. That's what they did.
You know what I'd like to see?
Thousands of pounds worth of
I
gear,
reckon a shop like this would do well as well. Where you can buy mystery Christmas presents. So you've got everything wrapped and you just say, right, you buy whatever's in there. Could be iPhone, could be fucking banana. Do you know what I mean?
What,
I bet that's
a banana phone.
Yeah, banana phone, yeah. But you know, you just don't know what you're going to get. Like a mystery. I bet that'd do well, that shop. I bet you.
I don't know, man. Imagine being a kid and opening up a tin of Spam on Christmas morning.
No, obviously you would get to that, but I bet you any money that would. They do things like mystery boxes now. When in HMV, they're popular. These mystery boxes, people pay money.
They do them with the mystery football shirt as well. You seen that?
Yeah.
You just tell them like what size and what team you don't want. Like say like I wouldn't want a Tottenham shirt, but then you get some random shirt from any club around the world sent to you. It's the future, great. Sammy Snake.
Story time with Scott.
Snake eggs.
Right. Quick story before we go. Right. So it gets a random DM the other day.
Let me just dim the lights and get me cocoa. Go on.
Hold on. Well, just keep on talking for a minute.
Yeah, anyway, 3-1 tomorrow. Looking forward to the journey up. I've already seen that Andy's brewed some moonshine for us to drink in the back. I'll have a couple. I won't go too mad because, you know, I've got... Nick, you charged all the equipment up?
Yeah.
What time are you leaving tomorrow, right?
I don't know. Nick, what time are you picking me up?
About 8:30. Maybe a bit later.
Say that again. About 8:30.
About 8:30, maybe a bit later.
We've been telling him that for ages, mate. Don't worry.
I've only got the one.
I've put my hoodie up, but you can't see that. I look like I've got like big Gary Lineker. Look. You can't see the black hoodie. Right.
Anyway, random message into our inbox the other day. I didn't believe it. Right, so guy gives us a message. Says, "Hello, my name's so and so. I am the assistant to the Premier of Bermuda." And we've got these fucking time after time and time again, and like you get them in your fucking inbox. You know, I am Dr. So and so. Send me. I've got £5 million to give you if you give me your bank account details and all that sort of thing. And I thought it was something like that, right? So anyway, I fucking open it. I'm the so where can I watch the West Ham game? Where can the Premier watch the West Ham game? So I thought, I'll humour him, and I said, like, oh, where are you? Are you in Bermuda or are you in London? And all of a sudden, the next message that come back was from the actual Prime Minister of Bermuda, right? And he was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for replying. I'm such a big fan of your work and all this sort of thing." And I didn't know it was at first. I'm in London. I can't get to the game. You know, I've got so much blah blah blah. But Thank you so much. Do you know anywhere I can watch the game? Anyway, check this guy out. It was the actual fucking Prime Minister of Bermuda. Like the
Did he give
actual
us a sign?
of Bermuda.
Yeah. Did he give us a signed Clyde Best shirt as well?
He did. He asked if he can send us a signed Clyde Best shirt. He said, "Can we get you one of these over?" And we said, "Yeah, absolutely." But big West Ham fan, Prime Minister of Bermuda. Obviously, it goes back to Clyde Best days. I'm sure.
Oh, well,
but
there you go. Well, let's go back to that previous question about favourites.
All I've been thinking for past that, I was thinking the Prime Minister of Bermuda is sitting there watching me calling Sullivan a cunt, and he enjoys it.
To be fair, mate, he's probably said a lot worse.
Yeah.
A lot worse.
Did you tell him? Did you tell him where he could watch the game, Nick?
Yeah, I think Dan said that his uncle's pub is an old listed pub or something that's showing it, so he can go
I heard
there.
that Graham's going there for Christmas dinner.
Huh?
What to Bermuda?
Graham's going to the president's house for Christmas dinner.
Maybe
I'd love to go to Bermuda.
Maybe if we do, he might invite us over. We might get an invite over to Bermuda. I don't know.
Friday night pint live in Bermuda
with the Prime Minister.
Say that again, Scott. Fast. Friday pint in Bermuda.
Friday night pint live in Bermuda.
Ian Wright punch you.
Anyway,
Ian Wright punch Ben Rama.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. I'm off, and you'll see us all over at Wolves tomorrow. Go and check out Scotty's preview. We'll have fan cams tomorrow. We'll film a video in the morning before we go, I'm sure. And as we're going, go and check us out on Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff.
Check his carpool karaoke as well.
No, I'm not doing that anymore. It came out shit last week. I've scrapped that idea. To be quite honest.
Yeah, but it was Halloween. I thought it
only works in the daylight, doesn't it?
What?
Only really works in the light. It's hard when it's night game, like traveling back in the dark is hard.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that anymore. Thank you so much to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. As you see, 20% off with the code WFTV down the bottom here where Scott is. If you want to go and do that.
They will make a good Christmas present, wouldn't they?
That's what I'll tell you, mate. Yeah, I'll tell you, they would. And they'll make a fucking brilliant charity eyebrow shaver. I can tell you that for nothing.
I was just thinking that. I think that would be perfect.
Just for the Manscaped, look, you've always got to keep the grass short to make the tree look bigger. You know what I mean? So don't be fools and look after your balls. Let me do the next advert.
You can't be letting them stink up like bacon onion crisps either. You know what I mean? So,
mate,
you know, the yogurt's in there.
It smells like beef hula hoops.
Yeah.
You've got to look after yourself down there.
Yeah, man. That's a perfect Christmas present. But also, which is also a perfect Christmas present, is a All Hail the Messiah t-shirt for West Ham Fan TV. They fly so high. The Ogfather. Graham, what you got on? A bit of Ralph Lauren, I guess.
I think that more people should buy the Ogfather t-shirts in support of Ogbonna. So let's show Ogbonna our support. Get your hoodies, get your t-shirts.
The new deck through balls, tackles and volleys, fa la 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 la. Jumpers, Christmas jumpers. If you want to,
you ain't wearing that tomorrow, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
No, it's too early for that.
No, December.
They're playing the white on the fucking radio. I can wear a fucking Christmas jumper.
I'm going to take it off you. I'm going to rip it off you as we're walking into morning.
You can't wear it till the Brighton game on the 1st. Then you can wear it.
Oh, yeah. First, Nick. That's a perfect one. 1st December, under the floodlights at the London Stadium. Nicky fa la 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 la. I'll have mine on. Scott will have his on. Grammar.
We'll all have them on.
I got to order you a new one because Ryan was moaning about the colour of it. So I got all.
I always get the shit colours when it comes to this thing. I always end up with a burger, the khaki or fucking pink.
There is no shit colours, by the way.
They got red.
No.
That's Christmassy.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a good one. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Yeah, big white beard.
Someone said we should send one to Bermuda. We should. We should.
Yeah, they pay the postage. What?
But yeah, go and check them out. The link is in the description to our store down below. Once again, thank you to Manscaped. If you're new around here, please subscribe. And that's it. One thing left to say, boys. Go on, you irons.
Go on, you irons.